So, welcome back for our third mini lecture. And we're going to talk about how our bodies respond to stress. And so, my dog is on the left side of this picture, and my little cat is on the right. So, Loki's on the left. And Loki's super sweet, but he can run after people who are running, or even if you're biking or strolling your baby in a carriage, he'll come running out to you and barking, which is why I have to keep him on a leash. But this can cause an alarm. It's a traumatic event that causes an alarm that gets your stress hormones going, and then your body might decide this is a stressful experience. But how does this really happen? So, for acute stress, my dog Loki is coming out of the woods and barking at you as a runner. So, think about that. So, as you can see on the left side of this model, for acute stress, the hypothalamus sets an alarm and activates the adrenal medulla, which secretes adrenaline, getting the body ready for fight or flight response per our sympathetic nervous system. We can see this in the model. So in our scenario, your heart and your breathing might accelerate, stomach activity is reduced, salivation production is reduced, pupils dilate, and your glucose is released to provide energy. So a lot of your systems are reacting to the stressful experience. The stress response system is supposed to be self-limiting. Once the perceived threat is passed, like my dog goes away, or you find out he's really sweet, or I come running after him with a treat to get him away from you, your hormone levels should return to normal. As adrenaline and cortisol levels drop, your heart rate drops, your blood pressure should return to normal levels, and other systems should resume normal activities. Okay, so you should be a self-limiting system. But imagine this, and you just read an article about how discrimination is linked with stress and poorer health. Imagine you are the man in this picture. You may experience or anticipate that you will always be in stressful situations, that a lot of things that are not stressful to some people will be stressful to you. These are often racially prompted issues in everyday life. It's not just racism, it's sexism, it's genderism, it's ageism, it's a lot of things out there that are stressing people out. Okay, but what about this constant knitting of stress in people's lives? How is our body responding to this? On the right side of this model, we see the long-term response to ongoing stress. The hypothalamus directs the pituitary gland to release a stress hormone called ACTH, which acts on the adrenal cortex to stimulate it to release the hormone corticosteroid and glucose, again, energy, which helps to increase the body's energy over a long period of time. This causes the liver to release stored glucose, maintaining a ready supply of fuel. It also suppresses our immune system and inhibits digestion. With chronic stress, where you're always stressed, the alarm system or fight or flight stays on. Instead of self-regulating and turning off, it stays on. Long-term activation of this alarm system can mean there is overexposure to cortisol and other stress hormones, and this can disrupt all body processes. This chronic exposure and disruption can put people at risk for physical and cognitive and mental health issues, such as a lack of focus on tasks, poor memory, concentration impairment, rumination, intrusive thoughts, weight gain, digestive problems, heart disease, sleep problems, and the list goes on and on. As I mentioned earlier, APA and other studies are finding that we're experiencing and reporting more and more chronic stress in our lives. So this is a huge, huge issue. So this was a very, very short mini lecture, but it goes with the article. If you didn't get to read the article on discrimination and stress, please go back and do that, and then we'll come together for our next mini lecture.